first thing I have is kind of weird. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. A lot of you guys message me or comment and ask me questions about moving to Korea, because obviously a lot of you guys come to this channel because you want to see what life is like in Korea. You're thinking about moving here, XYZ. So today I wanted to give you like a little small snippet of things I kind of wish I had packed with me originally to Korea, or things I'm really glad I brought originally with me to Korea. I do want to make a full comprehensive packing video later. If you guys are interested, please let me know if you want to see that. But I thought in this video I just kind of give you a little sneak peek into some things I think would be really helpful if you did bring with you. Let's get started. I have with me this bag. So this is obviously a huge duffel bag. It is from Herschel. I actually am obsessed with this bag. I just think it's so cute. And not only is it really nice to look at, but it's also really durable and hefty. This is my first item that I want to kind of recommend to you guys, because when you come to Korea, especially your first year or so, you're gonna wanna do a lot of traveling around and seeing everything, and even being able to go on quick weekend trips. Obviously not currently with the pandemic, but once this whole thing passes and we don't have to quarantine anymore, I used to love going on weekend trips to Taiwan or Japan. Like, I would literally just pop over for the weekend, and it was always really great to have like a small duffel or a small kind of carry-on thing instead of a big hefty suitcase. And obviously you can buy one of these when you get here, but I just found it really helpful to have something smaller with me initially off the plane, even because, for example, if you're coming with Epic, you're going to be at orientation, so you're going to want things kind of easily accessible rather than rummaging through all your suitcases. And also, if you're coming here right now, you're gonna have to quarantine, so same thing, you're gonna have like your immediate things on hand that are essential. I've packed all the things in here, so let's see what's inside. Okay, so the first thing I have is kind of weird. This has literally been such a lifesaver. I'm so happy I have one of these that I actually just purchased another one. So you can purchase this off Amazon and you can have it shipped to Korea, but just having had it initially, I was like, this is so good to have with me. It is this. This is a power strip converter. This has been so essential for me to have, and that's because all of my big electronics like my phone and my laptop and even like the lights I use to light up my videos use American plugs. So this allows me to plug in without having to add an extra converter my American plugs. I can also plug in my Korean plugs alongside it, so it's just kind of an all-in-one. And this one is VCT. I just bought another one though from Krieger, and I'll post all the links down below for all the Amazon links that you can go and purchase these items yourself. But even if you're not coming to Korea, like literally any country that doesn't use American plugs or your home country's plugs, if you have one of these, it doesn't matter. So this has been so good to have. 10 out of 10 recommend this. Next, speaking of electronics, this, also this. These are my babies. I bought this laptop. This laptop is like maybe 6 years old now, 7 years old. This is one of the second generations of MacBook Airs, I believe. And this is my baby. It is so important to me to have. It's essentially what I need to use to, if I need to write anything, obviously if I need to edit videos, or just like watch a drama, like I do everything off my laptop, and it's obviously decorated now with a bunch of stickers from my life here. Also my phone. I recommend coming to Korea with an unlocked cell phone, and you can buy cell phone plans while you're here with cell phones as well, but especially with certain brands like Apple, it's way cheaper to buy it in your home country, mine being America, and then bring it over rather than buying one here. And the reason I purposely say unlock cell phone is because when you come to Korea, most likely you're going to travel to other countries, and if your phone is locked, you're not going to be able to put in new SIM cards and use it. So an unlocked cell phone is critical in any of that. When I first came to Korea, my phone is actually, I was still paying it off in installments, and then right before I came to Korea, I was like, you know what, honestly, I'm just gonna pay it off. and bite the bullet. And I was forever grateful I did that because it just made my life so much easier while here. Okay, this this says everything bagel is my everything bagel seasoning. I use this whenever I eat bagels, lox, avocados. And obviously I didn't bring this. This is not from when I originally came because I've been here for a few years now and that would be kind of weird. And yes, I do put all my spices and label them in individual containers. If you have any kind of spices or things that your grandma's Cajun spice seasoning or anything special like that, just bring it. I would just bring it. It's just good to have little bits of home with you because there are gonna be times when you get really frustrated. You're like, like it's not always like this. And you're gonna wanna be reminded of home a little bit or home flavors. And it's just good to have with you if you have anything like that. So this is obviously in Korean. This is actually my birth control in Korea. Why I'm showing you this is because originally what I did when I was coming over to Korea, I brought my birth control prescription from home and then I showed it to the doctor and pharmacist while I was here so they could prescribe me something similar. And I really suggest you do the same because rather than coming here and being like, oh, I used this XYZ prescription, they might not know what that is. So it's better to bring like the actual one so they can look at the ingredient list and find you something similar. Also, if you have any specific prescriptions because of something you need to take care of, I suggest bringing a few months supply of that as well, just to, you know, just in case, because when you first move to Korea, it's going to take a while for your residency card to come and it's going to take a while for your health insurance to kick in. So while you're waiting for all of that, it's better to have your prescriptions on hand in case of any emergencies, and then you can hopefully replenish more later. Most prescriptions, you really shouldn't have a problem, but I know for some people, my friend had diabetes and it was really expensive for her to get the right medications, or like even your EpiPen. EpiPens are really expensive here. Korean people don't really have a peanut allergy. So my friends who have nut allergies are like, it's so expensive to get that sent over. You have to make sure you are allowed to bring things, and if you are, how much of it you can bring. Make sure you look up all that information thoroughly before just like bringing on a bunch of meds because they might not be allowed in the country. This is a small adapter. I actually ended up buying this in Japan, but I had one originally when I came here and I lost it. There are other types of converters here. You can buy converters here. I just found having something small like this really handy just on initial landing, and also since I've been living here, it's been easier to have rather than carrying something bulky. This is my wallet. This is the wallet I use currently, and I actually, when I was in America, I used to carry like the big wallets and I used to like a bulky like fold up, but in Korea I really don't need all of that. I carry a smaller separate change purse, but I essentially don't really carry on cash at all. I only use card, and so it's been nice to have everything just in this small little wallet versus something big and bulky. That's really all I need when I step out of the house. I do recommend having a bank account open in your home country for sending money home, and also just in case if you do leave Korea, you can transfer all that money back to your home bank. And then also having an international credit card will be really helpful for you. If you're traveling somewhere, you're going on vacation somewhere, you need to book a flight, things like that, it's better to have a credit card that you can use, because you might not qualify to have a credit card in Korea. You might have a debit card, but that doesn't, you know, it's not the same. Definitely have a credit card that you can use for things like in case you need to book a flight, in case you need to book a hotel, and you can't use your Korean debit card for that. Next, this is also essential, speaking of money. Especially coming from America, I actually find having had American dollars on me in cash to be really, really helpful because it converts a lot stronger than the won. So maybe I'm traveling somewhere, I'm going somewhere, and I need to convert into that local currency. Some countries, they only convert using dollars. So rather than converting twice, I just had the money on hand. I also think of it as like kind of my safety net. In case there is some sort of small emergency, I do have a little bit of cash on hand that I have access to. This. Okay. This is perfume. This is from Viktor and Rolf. This is their Flower Bomb perfume. This I cannot buy here in Korea. Some cosmetic products I can't buy in Korea, and that's just because it's not available yet. And so I've used this sparingly. I've also bought perfumes here in Korea, which is why I haven't used this all the time. That's why it's still full. But in Korea, if you want to check whether they carry your specific perfume or your specific makeup product, first I would check Sephora, the Korean website, to check if your products or brands are carried on their website. If not, you might also want to look at Olive Young, which is a Korean drugstore chain here in Korea. And if they don't carry it, most likely it's not carried in Korea. The third step I would look at is Coupang, which is like the Amazon online retailer of Korea. If it's not there, or it's sold for an excessively crazy amount of money, then I would bring with you whatever cosmetic you want to bring with you. Okay, this is a sweatshirt that says Brooklyn. I am from Brooklyn, in case you don't know, from my Instagram name, Chun from Brooklyn. But I love my hometown. I'm really proud of where I'm from. I do get homesick at times as well, especially with the pandemic. I haven't been able to travel at all or see my family. I haven't been able to go back home. It's really important to bring a piece of, you know, your hometown or your family or friends with you when you come here, because there are days when it is a little bit lonely. You know, it can be in any shape or form. You can bring pictures, you can bring like a book that reminds you of them, you can bring like letters. Personally, I just really love my sweatshirt. And what's really funny is actually you can buy a lot of clothes here in Korea that say Brooklyn on them. It's really popular for like streetwear clothes. There's something different like knowing that this came from that local shop in that street that you used to walk. This I will never give up, and I'm really happy I brought it with me. Those are my essential items if you decide to move to Korea. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I hope this was helpful. Again, anything that I can post a link to, I will post a link at the bottom. In the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!